Hello world, it's March 5th, 2026. Welcome to a new edition of Cyber Briefing by Cyber Material. Cyber Alerts brought to you by 911 Cyber. APT-28 deploys Bad Paw and Meow Meow in Ukraine. Cybersecurity researchers have identified a new Russian cyber operation targeting Ukrainian organizations using two newly discovered malware strains called Bad Paw and Meow Meow. Attributed to the state-sponsored group APT-28, the campaign utilizes phishing emails and tracking pixels to deliver sophisticated backdoors through deceptive government-themed documents. Fake Laravel packages spread rat malware. Cybersecurity researchers have discovered malicious PHP packages on the Packagist registry that pose as legitimate Laravel utilities to infect systems with a cross-platform remote access Trojan. These packages, specifically targeting Windows, macOS, and Linux, allow attackers to execute commands, steal files, and maintain persistent access to the compromised server. Coruna iOS Exploit Kit targets iOS 13 through 17.2.1. Researchers uncovered an advanced exploit kit called Coruna that targeted iPhones running iOS 13 through 17.2.1. The kit contained multiple exploit chains capable of achieving remote code execution through malicious websites, allowing attackers to compromise devices before Apple patched the flaws. The kit transitioned from commercial surveillance groups to state-sponsored actors and eventually to cybercriminals, marking a rare instance of elite-grade spyware being used for mass exploitation. Cyber events. Fortinet Accelerate 2026 takes place in the United States on March 9, 2026. Hosted by Fortinet, the event brings together customers and security professionals for sessions on hybrid environment security, threat detection, platform strategy, and the use of AI to improve security operations. For more events, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber incidents brought to you by 911 Cyber. Columbia Tax Agency breach may expose data. Cyber experts and citizens are on high alert following reports that Columbia's National Tax Authority, DIAN, suffered a massive data breach affecting millions of residents. A hacker known as Arc Raiders Player allegedly compromised an appointment scheduling subdomain, potentially exposing sensitive personal details and offering the database for sale online. Passaic County hit by malware attack. Passaic County government operations faced significant disruptions on March 4th following a targeted malware attack that disabled the county's entire telephone network. Local officials are currently collaborating with state and federal investigators to contain the breach and determine if any sensitive data was compromised during the incident. 149 hacktivist DDoS attacks worldwide. Cyber experts are reporting a spike in hacktivist attacks following recent joint military actions by the U.S. and Israel against Iran. This digital retaliation has seen a small number of specialized groups launch over 100 coordinated strikes against government and financial targets across 16 countries. Cyber jobs. Singapore Airlines is hiring a cybersecurity analyst for an on-site role in Singapore, supporting its Scoot division. The position focuses on managing security systems, assessing cyber risks, implementing security solutions, supporting audits such as ISO 27001 and PCI DSS, and strengthening enterprise cybersecurity across the SIA group. For more jobs, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber news brought to you by 911 Cyber. Europol busts Tycoon 2FA phishing service. Law enforcement and security firms successfully dismantled Tycoon 2FA, a massive phishing-as-a-service platform that enabled criminals to bypass multi-factor authentication and harvest credentials. The operation, which targeted nearly 100,000 organizations, resulted in the seizure of 330 domains and the identification of the toolkit's primary developer. FBI and Europol seize LeakBase Forum. A major international law enforcement operation has successfully shut down LeakBase, a massive online marketplace used by cybercriminals to trade stolen data and hacking tools. During the crackdown, authorities seized the forum's infrastructure and preserved all internal user data, including private messages and IP logs, to support ongoing criminal investigations. Israel says it hit Iran cyber warfare headquarters. The Israeli military announced on Wednesday that it targeted a facility in Tehran used as the command center for Iran's cyber operations. While the strike hit significant intelligence and electronic hubs, experts are questioning whether the physical destruction of these buildings will truly stop Iran's ability to launch digital attacks. Cyber tip of the day. Coruna iOS exploit kit targets iPhones. Researchers uncovered an advanced exploit kit called Coruna that targeted iPhones running iOS 13 through 17.2.1. The toolkit contained multiple exploit chains capable of achieving remote code execution through malicious websites, allowing attackers to compromise devices before Apple patched the flaws. What you should do: update iPhones to the latest iOS version immediately, avoid visiting suspicious or unknown websites, enable automatic security updates on Apple devices, use mobile security monitoring in enterprise environments, restart devices regularly to disrupt potential spyware activity. Why this matters? Corona shows how high-end spyware tools can move from surveillance operations to cybercriminal use. When advanced exploit kits spread widely, millions of unpatched devices become potential targets. Cyberbook of the day. Online Safety in Roblox by Josh Gregory explains how the Roblox platform works and why staying safe online matters. It teaches young players how to protect personal information and avoid common online risks while playing. For more books, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber Tool of the Day. Jaeger is an open-source distributed tracing platform used to monitor and troubleshoot microservices-based architectures. Originally developed at Uber and now a graduated project under the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, it tracks requests across multiple services, helps identify root causes of failures or latency issues, and visualizes service dependencies to improve performance and reliability. For more tools, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber stocks. Cybersecurity stocks on Thursday, 5th March 2026, showed mixed performance as investors weighed strong enterprise demand for security solutions against profit-taking in high-growth software names amid broader tech volatility. CrowdStrike Holdings finished around $372.21 and moved higher, buoyed by a strong earnings beat and upbeat forward revenue forecast, despite some valuation headwinds. Okta traded near $72.50 and was modestly lower, reflecting identity and access management stocks reflecting mixed flows amid sector uncertainty. Zscaler closed around $148.83 and was softer, as recent quarterly results and net new ARR trends weighed on market appetite. Rapid7 closed near $6.22 and was slightly lower, tracking mixed sentiment in vulnerability management and SIEM exposures. CyberArk software reference levels remained around $408.85 and were modestly flat to lower, reflecting privileged access management demand amid sector headwinds.